our success stories as Beachbody coaches and give you a clear understanding of what you can expect as you sign on as a coach. We're going to share some great perks of what Beachbody has done for us and also some of the incentives that they do for their coaches. So at the end of this call, we're going to open it up for questions and comments. So make sure you're writing down all of your questions and save them for your coach. We will be sharing some slides, so make sure that you have your screen set up to fit the window or screen. And I will go ahead and begin by introducing myself. I am Katie Lowry. I have been a Beachbody coach since September of 2013, and I am a lifetime Ruby. My journey began after I had my third baby. I was kind of super depressed and frustrated with all the extra weight of having 3 children, and so I kind of had been watching a friend of mine do their Beachbody journey. My story kind of begins 13 years ago. My daughter was diagnosed with a chronic illness, cystic fibrosis. So I spent a lot of my time being a caregiver, and I forgot that it's important for me to take care of myself. So my life revolves around doctor's appointments, traveling, hospitalizations for weeks at a time, just doing a lot of treatments at home. So you kind of just don't lose focus. Our nutrition was more focused on what she needed. And so it was simple, fast, high calorie, high protein foods, and we all kind of just ate along with her. So after baby number 3, Chelsea had invited me to her challenge group, and well, during my pregnancy, she invited me. So I kind of watched her journey as I was going through my pregnancy and decided that I was just going to go ahead and purchase the T25 challenge pack from her. During my first challenge, I lost 20 pounds. And since then, I have used the 21-day fix, PIO, and the 3-day refresh in addition. I personally signed on as a coach right away. I loved the thought of getting 25% off my products and also being able to work from home and not have something that was really salesy or that I had to throw a lot of parties. Because as you can imagine, with 3 children, it's not the easiest to do. So at the beginning, my personal goals were to start paying just for my product. I just wanted to make sure I covered my challenge pack and I covered my Shakeology. And then from there, I started wanting to pay for my car payment. And since then, I have not only paid my own car payment, but I've been able to cover my husband's and all of the extra expenses that come with having a child with an illness. So the extra medications and hospitalizations. So that is what Beachbody coaching has done for my life, and all of the extra great incentives. I have had the opportunity to win extra t-shirts and a great book called The Compound Effect. So a lot of different extra incentives as well. Next, I would like to introduce you to Kara, who has been a coach since May of this year, and she's currently an Emerald coach. She works as a full-time toddler teacher and also has 1 beautiful little girl. So take it away.
Thank you, Katie. Well, my story and struggles pretty much started right after I graduated high school. I got married at 18. I had my daughter when I was 19. At 21, I moved overseas to Germany, and by 22, I was already separated, and 23, I was divorced. But on top of all that, I struggled with eating disorders. I went through phases where I would starve myself and not eat. And then I went through phases where I would binge eat. So I went from a size 2 to a size 14 in a shorter period of time. I also struggled with depression, had a very difficult time getting out of bed every day. I had no energy, and I was in an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, and sexually as well. And I never really felt good about myself. Not until my husband now, Pat, told me that he had asked my dad for my hand in marriage. So after that, I kind of started the process of slowly changing the way that I thought about myself and trying to see myself the way that he saw me. And with that, I started noticing some behavior in my daughter, like what I was acting like when I was at my lowest. She was 6.5 years old and not happy with her body, saying that she was fat when she's stick thin. She's not fat at all. And a 6-year-old should not be worrying about that. But that's when I realized I had to do something to change how she was growing up and how I was being a role model to her. So I found Focus T25 and Shakeology and started doing that every single day. It was very hard at first, but I stuck with it, and then I saw a lot of success with it, and I no longer worried about my weight or my size, and I just started looking and feeling better. And then when I was entering my workout on the Team Beachbody website one day, I saw the tab for coaching, and I'm like, what's that? So I kind of read a little bit about it, and it really appealed to me. But I was so scared. It took me 2 months to actually sign up as a coach. But finally, I just said, you know what? I really want to help people overcome all of their struggles. And I just got over my fear and I just jumped in. I'm so happy that I did, because since joining as a coach, I've discovered more about myself than I ever thought was possible. I've been surrounded by goal-driven and caring and positive people, and I get to share what has helped me and many others get healthy, and that's my job. I get to help others as my job, which is pretty awesome. So next, I would like to introduce Whitney. She started in April of 2014. She is an Emerald coach as well, and a Success Club prize earner, military spouse, and a stay-at-home mama of 4 kids. Take it away, Whitney.
All right, thanks, Kara. So I'm Whitney, and my story started a long time ago, probably a good 10, 15 years ago. I always struggled with eating. I would emotionally eat whenever I felt sad, and all through high school, I'd gain about a size each year. And when I graduated high school, I wore a size 11. Then I got married, and I got pregnant with my first baby. And when I was pregnant with him, after went through the pregnancy, I gained a lot of weight. And after he was born, I weighed about 180. And I knew I didn't want that for him. I didn't want him to have any kind of like stigmatism over eating. And so I learned how to eat better, and I lost a good 60 pounds. And so then we fast forward up until after my 4th baby was born, which he's 1.5 now. So I realized that being thin and learning how to eat was good, but I didn't feel like I had any energy. So I had seen a friend posting about his P90X3, and they were 30-minute workouts. And so I told my husband about it, and I told him, I had wanted to do a gym, but with gyms, my kids would get sick and then I'd miss days, and that just didn't seem practical for my life. So he was on board with it, and I got P90X3. And I started working out, and then I decided to go on the Beachbody website, and I signed up for a free coach. And I was assigned to Chelsea, and she sent me an email saying that, asking how I was doing, what my goals were, and I didn't really respond because I got busy. And then she wrote me another one and was telling me about a coaching opportunity. And that it was all done on Facebook, and that I could see what it was all about. So I immediately wrote her back and said, okay, I want in. I want to know what this coaching thing is all about. So I went into the group, and it seemed so awesome. Like, I was already doing these things. I was working at it. I was telling people about it, and I could make a living from my house, which I hadn't worked outside of the home in 8 years. So the whole thing just seemed awesome to me. This is something I could stand behind. I didn't have to do parties. I didn't have to try to push products that I didn't actually believe in. I'd been that fat, overweight, uncomfortable with myself girl, and to be able to help somebody get through that, and that I could be there for them and be that support, was awesome, and get paid. Like, that was a huge thing for me. Military spouses, or military members, we don't get paid very much. And so that was just a huge benefit for me. So a couple days into the group, I just jumped in feet first, said, all right, I'm signing up. This is what's for me. And since then, it has been everything that I hoped for. I've helped a lot of people, and I feel really good about myself being able to do it. I've made enough so far to pay my car payments each month, and I've only been doing it for like 6 months. So I just hope to keep building and getting better and being able to provide for my family the way that I would like to. So that's a little bit of my story, and now we're going to move on to Chelsea. Chelsea Crothers is the founder of our team, Limitless League. She's been a coach since May of 2012. She's earned Success Club for 19 consecutive months. She's had free trips to the Caribbean, Cozumel, Grand Cayman, Scottsdale, Arizona, Cancun. She was 2013 Premier Coach. She's a 3-star diamond. She's tracking to earn 6 figures in 3 years. She's ranked 124 out of 220,000 coaches. And she's a stay-at-home mom to 2 adorable little girls.
Thank you, Whitney. And thank you guys for sharing your stories. I appreciate it. And I love hearing all the different stories on our team. So many times coaches think that they have to fit into a perfect mold to be a Beachbody coach, and that's not true. Our team is so diverse, and every story speaks to someone else. And so I love that we have a really diverse team with lots of different stories, and different people can connect. And it just proves that there's no cookie cutter mold of what a Beachbody coach is. So a little bit about my story is I stayed at home with my 2 little girls, and we were living paycheck to paycheck like a lot of one-income households do, and just really struggling to get by. The 2 years before I joined Beachbody were probably the 2 toughest years of my life. We went through my husband getting laid off, and we were living in my grandma's basement, to my husband was battling alcoholism, and so he thankfully has been sober 3.5 years, but it was just a really ugly place in our marriage, and so we were barely getting through. And all at the same time, I was also diagnosed with melanoma while I was pregnant with my 2nd baby. And so it just felt like our walls were closing in on us and we couldn't breathe. And so I had always been active my whole life, and I never really had to try to be very fit. But during that time, we just weren't focused on it at all, and we were barely treading water, and it was just getting through the day was hard. So I desperately wanted something to make me feel better. I didn't feel like myself anymore. And so after we got through all of those things, I had noticed my friend on Facebook posting, and I had been trying to go to the gym and lose weight, and I had never lost the weight for my 2nd baby. And she was posting about these workouts that she did at home, and she'd had 4 kids and was like rocking a 6-pack in her bikini. And so I was like, what is she doing? And so when I hear home workouts, I thought of like Richard Simmons and all that corny 80s workout things that don't really ever work. And so I was really skeptical, and I literally followed her for 9 months before I joined my first challenge group, which I wish I would have jumped in right away. But when I finally decided to do it, I joined with Insanity, and my husband decided to do it with me, and it was the best thing we ever could have done. I struggled for 1.5 years at the gym, not losing any weight, and in our first 30 days of Insanity, I was already down to my pre-baby weight, and I felt amazing. With working out every day, me and my husband would get up and do it together. It brought us really close together. And also drinking Shakeology, I had energy where I used to be dragging to get through the day, and I was just hooked. I felt so good and so alive, and I hadn't felt like that in years. And so I wanted to keep doing it, but like I said, we were living paycheck to paycheck, and so I was scared to be spending that money. And my coach told me about the coaching opportunity and that you could get a discount. And so I was like, sign me up, because I wanted to do Shakeology, and I knew how important it was for my health. I know how it feels not to have your health, and I wanted to feel like I was feeling. And so I signed up so I could get 25% off on my products. But also people started asking me what I was doing, and I was just telling them very naturally that I was doing Insanity and drinking this shake called Shakeology, and I was losing all this weight and feeling awesome. And they were asking, well, how do I do that? How do I get that? Where do I find it? And so gradually, just by sharing what I was doing and answering people's questions, people were wanting me to help them. And so I grew coaching pretty organically, and it was amazing, and it was fun. It never felt like work. I didn't feel like I was doing this job. Like I was just telling people what was fun and what was working for me. And so the first month I signed up, I had my product completely covered and paid for And then before I knew it, I was paying both my car payments, and then it was my mortgage with my Beachbody money, and then we were paying off our credit card debts. Last Christmas was the first Christmas I paid completely in cash, and at the same time I paid off a credit card, whereas every other Christmas we would go further and further into debt. And so it was amazing. And the best part about coaching for me is we started out, just my husband and I, and now Limitless League is over 500 coaches, and it's amazing to see the trickle-down effect from just sharing what works for you and helping others find their passion for fitness and health. It's so cool to wake up and look at my inboxes in the morning on Facebook and see transformation videos. And all I did was just say, hey, this worked for me. I think this would work for you, and have conversations and really care about people. To see them thanking me for doing that, it feels kind of funny because I don't feel like I did that much, but I'm so proud of them for taking that first step. And I get messages like that all the time. And then my coaches will message me, and I've had coaches pay for their kids' braces, whereas they could never afford it before, or pay off credit cards, or pay off a car loan, or go on a family trip, or, save for kids' college, all sorts of things just by doing what they're passionate about. That's the best part about coaching for me, is watching how it's affecting others' lives and just playing a little teeny part of it. And so that is my story in a nutshell. And now we're going to turn it over, if I can get the slides forward, to Kara, who's going to talk to you a little bit about how Beachbody came to be, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of coaching.
All right, guys, here it is. I'll try to go fast for you. Beachbody was founded in 1998 by Carl Deichler and John Condon, and they really set this company apart from others by taking a risk and really creating programs that required hard work and commitment, and there was no magic potions or quick fix schemes or anything like that. And if you've ever tried Insanity or P90X, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And they saw that these customers were on these message boards talking about the results and inviting other people to try these programs. So they saw that as an opportunity to reward those people for their sharing, and they decided to found coaching of Team Beachbody, which officially launched in 2007. And with the launch of Team Beachbody, it put into motion the launch of all of these amazing products to help support all of those coaches. Just take a look at everything that Beachbody has created in just the last few years. This really represents a true commitment to the company's core purpose of helping people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy life. And I bet everybody knows at least maybe one, maybe two, maybe even all of them on that list. So how do the products really measure up to what people need and want? Just take a look at how much Team Beachbody has grown. Their revenue has grown over the years. And the Team Beachbody customers are driving the revenue up and up every single year. So there's no shortage of customers, and seeing how big the product line is, there's no shortage of solutions to help people achieve their goals either. And the good news is we have more and more coaches to help all those customers. And this company is experiencing amazing sustainable growth. Just look at where we started and where we are today. We're still a very young company with incredible potential for our future. So I've mentioned a few things about what makes Team Beachbody unique, but when you put them together, it really shows how much this company has to offer. They've got fitness in Insanity, P90X, 21-Day Fix, all of those programs. They have nutrition with Shakeology, and peer support with the challenge groups that the coaches run, and rewards. And it's amazing. There's a $100,000 prize for winning the Beachbody Challenge. I mean, it's amazing. The company started with fitness through infomercials, and in a few years after Team Beachbody was founded, the nutrition aspect was born. So here to talk to you about that is Chelsea Carruthers.
Hello. Okay, so Shakeology. This was what I was most skeptical about, to be honest, when I first started with Beachbody, and what I'm most passionate about now. It is like liquid gold in a glass, and I'm not kidding you. when we very first started, I had already told you that I was living paycheck to paycheck with my family, and we were really concerned about doing the challenge pack, but we just took the leap, and it's a leap I'm so thankful and blessed I took. I truly feel like I won the lottery when I became a Beachbody coach because it's changed my life. Shakeology, I'm going to share a story real fast. When I started my challenge, I bought Shakeology and Insanity. My husband was like, that's crazy. I'm not buying Shakeology. I'm going to GNC, and I'm going to get something that's better than Shakeology, and we will see how it works. So he got, I don't know, it wasn't muscle milk, it was something like that. And I was doing Shakeology, and I was drinking it, and I had energy. Like, I used to get these midday slumps at like 3 and just feel so tired. And I had energy, and I was just not having any sweet cravings. Those are like the biggest things I noticed right away because I have a huge sweet tooth. And my husband was like dragging every day because for those of you who have never tried Insanity, it is rough. And he had no energy, and he was like seeing me bouncing around, and he's like, what? And so within 2 weeks, he ordered his own bag of Shakeology, and he and I have both been on it for 2.5 years. It has literally changed how I look at nutrition. The cool thing about when you're a coach is you get 25% off Shakeology, which is huge. And when you drink Shakeology, you're getting every single serving of fruit and veggies you need for the day in one glass. You get $41 worth. If you would go to the grocery store and try to get all the fruit and veggies that are in Shakeology, it would cost $41. And I think that's crazy. Looking at this wall on the screen, all of this goes into one glass of Shakeology, and there's nothing man-made or chemically altered or anything. It's 100% natural, and it's amazing for you. It has done, just for people on our team, it has gotten people off. And again, I'm just going to make a little disclaimer that I am not a doctor, and it doesn't work like this for everyone, but there's testimonies on our team of people that have gone on off their depression medication. My husband got off his high blood pressure medication after he started Shakeology. It has helped people that have Crohn's disease. We've had blood tests from people on our team that had high cholesterol, and after they started Shakeology, they no longer had that. We've had people on our team who were diabetic, and after they started the challenges with Shakeology and the workouts, they are no longer on their diabetic medication, and that's just off our team. I've heard so many different stories of what Shakeology has done for others with chronic diseases and illnesses related to their weight struggles. This stuff is amazing. It is a meal replacement shake. It is not a protein shake. That's a big thing with Shakeology. It really does replace a whole meal. And so for about $4 a day, you're getting a full meal, a healthy meal. And I don't know about you, but I can't eat a healthy, wholesome meal usually for $4 a day that doesn't have anything processed or chemically altered or things like that in it. So, the things that I've noticed personally myself with Shakeology is my hair and nails grew so much faster. My skin has completely changed. Like I briefly said before, I don't have the sweet tooth I used to have, and my energy levels stay consistent throughout the day. Shakeology is rated low on the glycemic index, which is huge for people with diabetes and that are pre-diabetic. And I used to get sick at least 4 times a year. I have 2 little kids, so they bring home all of their fun germs to me. Since I've started Shakeology, I have gotten sick literally for the last 2.5 years, an average of 1 time a year. And so I am so passionate about Shakeology and what it's done for my health. And I see it with thousands of people that are in my challenges, what it has done for theirs. So Shakeology is a product that you can only order through Beachbody Coaches. You can't get it anywhere else in the marketplace. So that is a huge benefit of being a Beachbody coach, is that you have this amazing product to be able to offer to others that will truly change their health for the better. Then with Shakeology, we don't just give you nutrition, we give you a workout to go along with it. And as coaches, we offer support for you to get through your workout. So we're giving everyone every piece of the puzzle they need to be successful. Instead of just giving someone nutrition and saying, okay, go figure your workouts out. So they're like missing a piece of the puzzle, and that's why so many people aren't successful, because they don't have all the pieces they need to be successful. The beauty of the Beachbody Challenge is you get the nutrition, you get a nutrition guide, you get the coaching support and motivation, you get to work with a peer group in a challenge group so you keep each other motivated and going, and you also get the workouts that are scientifically developed by professional trainers to keep your body out of plateaus and they're developed to keep your body changing and getting the best results possible. So it really is an all-inclusive package, and it's set up so it sets you up for a lifetime of health and wellness. It's not a fad diet that you can't continue on for life. And here are just some pictures to look at of people. That was a fast slide, sorry. Those are before and after pictures of some people that have gone through the challenges. And then when you join our team, you're surrounded by your peers that have the same goal. It's to just help people live fit and fulfilling lives. And so with our team, we travel, we get to do fun, amazing trips and adventures together. We have a ton of training to help you be successful, and there's just a ton of support on Limitless. Like I said, there's over 500 members, and so you will never feel like you're alone. I am gonna let Whitney take over for now about what exactly is a coach.
All right, so what is a coach? We'll get to that in a second. First, I want to let you know what you do not have to be as a coach. You do not have to be in ideal shape. You do not have to be a personal trainer or a nutritionist. You don't have to be an expert of any type. You don't have to be an experienced salesperson. What a coach is you need to have a passion for helping others. You must be willing to share with others what Beachbody is doing for you, and to build a relationship with them and to talk to them about it and to just share, and so that maybe you can help them. You need to live it. You need to do your workouts. You need to drink your Shakeology. You need to be a product of the product. And finally, coaches need to be committed to constantly improving and developing yourself. Personal development is key. Now, the benefits of being a coach. You get to set your own hours. I'm not going to sit here and tell you when you need to work. If you want to work in the mornings, get up before your kids and work. If you want to work on your lunch hour, that's your choice. If you want to work instead of watch TV at night, the hours that you have are completely up to you. You can work full-time, part-time. You can do it online through Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever you want to do, or you can do it in person. Say you're better with people, just face-to-face. Talk to the people at your church, at the grocery store, in your kid's class. Like, it doesn't matter. That is completely up to you how you want to do it. When you share what you're passionate about, it attracts the right people to you. Now we're going to go to the rewards of being a coach. The more that you work, the more that you grow, and the more rewards that you can earn from it. You receive commissions from sales, bonuses from helping your team grow. You can qualify for free trips, which I kind of mentioned some of Chelsea's, and she'll discuss a little bit further. There are monthly incentives, recognition, daily opportunities to learn and grow in personal development. And then we have awesome support. When you start as a coach, it's something new. So to take that step can be scary. It's like, where do I go now? Well, there's support for that. We have the 7-day quick start. We have Coach Basics training groups, which you can do on our own team. There's the Coach Training Academy, which is in the online office that you are given. And there's tons of marketing tools and things that you need to help just get you going where you need to go. Sorry. There is, Chelsea was going to hit on the Limitless League and what to expect from us as our team.
Thanks, Whitney. Okay, so this is the fun stuff about Limitless League. We really are a family. We just happen to live all over the country, in Canada, Puerto Rico. Like, we have coaches all over. And we've done some amazing events. You can see in the pictures some of the different events we've been at. And with Limitless League, you really are treated like family. Like, we have a private Facebook page so you never feel alone. And we have training set up so you are successful. We're a very successful team, ranked about 124 out of 227,000 coaches. We have weekly team calls, so you have a ton of support. When you sign up to coach, you'll work one-on-one with your sponsor coach for the first month. So you get a great foundation, and so you feel like you know what you're doing and you're not just jumping in with both feet with a blindfold on. We do a bunch of different fun team building events. So one that's coming up is for all of our leaders that are diamond and above. We're going to take them to Park City, Utah and do team building exercises. And we rented out a huge mansion with another team, and we'll be doing catered food and just team building activities. Corporate is going to come and talk to us. We'll do vision boards and all sorts of amazing fun things for a weekend in Utah. There's a lot of training, so you'll never feel like you have a lack of information. And then we do a lot of fun recognition and competitions and challenges as a team. Some of the cool things I've gotten to do, like Whitney was saying, is I never in a million years thought I would be able to go on these fun trips with my husband and my friends who are my coaches on my team. You can earn free trips through Beachbody just by helping others live healthy lives. I tell my coaches all the time, don't sell, just share what works for you. And that's what I do. And just by sharing what works for me, I've gotten to go to amazing places. We used to live paycheck to paycheck. There's no way we could have afforded to go on a Caribbean cruise or to Cozumel or Cayman Islands or Scottsdale or Dana Point or a lot of the places we've been able to go. And we're actually taking our whole family, my mom and dad and my kids, to Cancun in March on a expense-paid Beachbody trip. And my kids have never been to the beach, and I just feel so thankful that Beachbody has afforded that to me. And so that's some of the cool stuff we get to do as a team. How you join as a coach. So this is the thing you've all been waiting for. How do I do it? So there's 3 different ways of doing it. I'm just going to briefly touch on them. And then after you watch this slide, your sponsor will get in touch with you, and you guys can discuss the best way for you to get involved. The first way is to buy a challenge pack, which is with Shakeology and a workout program of your choice. And that will waive your coach sign-up fee of the $39.95. Another way is to just order Shakeology by itself, and then you would pay the coach sign-up fee of $39.95, or to purchase just a fitness program, and again, you'd pay that coach enrollment fee. The best bang for your buck is to do the challenge pack because they are highly discounted, and you're getting Shakeology and the workout program, and your sign-up fee is waived. The only cost associated with being a coach, which I think is amazing, because so many times franchises require a huge upfront cost, or you have to buy a bulk of products to get involved in the business. All Beachbody requires is $15.95 a month, which is crazy, because you get 25% off all your products by being a coach. So you're basically saving your money right there. And the $15.95 a month covers everything. They give you professional websites that are run by a huge technology department. So you don't have to handle if your website crashes or if there's a glitch. You just call and they fix it for you. They're personalized to you. So when your customers and coaches go there, they'll see your picture on it. You don't have to handle returns, and you don't have to handle shipping. You don't have to stock products. You're given free marketing tools. Beachbody is the #1 infomercial company in the world. So it has a really great name recognition, and you get to use that by being a coach. You get to use those products and those marketing tools. There's a ton of stuff that's given to us. And so that is the only cost involved in coaching right away. In the next 24 hours, the person who invited you is going to follow up with you and ask you about the presentation, if you had any questions, how they can help you achieve your goals, and what you want to do now. So think about what being a coach could do for your life. Think about what an extra income could do for your family, or think about how it feels to be able to work with a group of like-minded people who are positive and enthusiastic about what they do. And we work every day, but it doesn't feel like work. If you like to help people, then this is an amazing job for you. And then just ask yourself what your goals and dreams are, and know that this could be the vehicle to get you there. And I say that because I know it has, because I've achieved so many of my dreams in this business. I wanted to just briefly tell you that I believe the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And I think that kind of defines what we do as coaches. We really just put our own thoughts aside and think about what is best for other people and how we can help them. And by doing that, it helps us. I've become so much of a stronger and better person because of Beachbody, and I'm forever thankful, and I'm so glad that I get to work with an amazing team of driven people every day that make me better and keep me motivated on achieving what I know is important in my life. So now we are just going to open it up for questions. So I'm going to end the recording. Thank you so much for being on the call. I know your time is precious, and we really appreciate it. And I look forward to welcoming and talking to each of you into Limitless League.